Just you do your thing, and I'll
Yeah.
hop in.
Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to my FrogCast. Today we're going over session 4 of the Purple Room game, which I've been hosting. Starting off as usual with the Japanese nation, as far east as you can go. They've been started off in an exceptionally rough spot. However, they have expanded their might to controlling parts of China and all of Japan, aside from Kyoto, which is controlled by a vassal of Qing.
Yeah, that is kind of the situation though in
Hmm.
Japan. You always want to do that because independent daimyo is so much better.
Yeah,
Having a land military bonus or diplomatic bonus, just fuck off, Kyoto. Nobody wants that shit.
pretty much. Yeah, they've got Independent Daimyo, which is, as number 5 said, fantastic. Um,
That's 10 infantry and 10 morale or something, I believe.
yeah,
What's the tag of Shimazu again?
SMZ.
Thank you.
So yeah, they got 10 morale, 10 infantry combat, minus 3 states. They're pretty much the strongest nation in East Asia at the moment. Far stronger than Qing,
Very
far
strong
stronger
ruler
than
also.
Malaya, far stronger than
Sorry,
Ayu.
young ruler. That's a
Yeah,
455. That's
yeah, that's really
really
good.
nice. So yeah, it's a golden age for Shimazu. Also, they have Korea as as a march even.
Yeah,
That's interesting. I haven't seen that a lot.
hmm.
I usually like as Japan. I just if I was in the situation, I would just take all the land myself. But
Yeah. What happened, however, was Qing and Osai split up Korea between them, and Shimazu
mhm.
got a couple of the provinces, so he just made it a march.
Oh, and then they
Yeah,
reconquested it. Oh, okay, like that. That's
yeah.
pretty.
However, personally, I think it's a misplay having them as a march. The bonuses given is not that much, especially this late into the
Yeah,
game.
and they do have like a decent amount of land as well as this like 4 ducats of trade or something.
Yeah,
It's not that much,
it's
so you're
5,
better off
and
just
it is
taking it.
like that's an entire extra 50% of his trade income,
Yeah, that is
plus the
that's pretty
tax and
good.
production. Like,
So if you're watching Shimazu, annex some Koreans already.
yeah,
All
just
right.
revoke
Um.
March. They're not
Otherwise,
going to be
like
disloyal.
they got Wu. Oh, they're annexing Wu. Okay, I
Yeah,
could see that. How that would be like a higher priority and just having like an AI Korea backing you up.
mm,
In the
maybe.
long run, that's better. 1 second.
Mm, okay. However, this session, what Shimazu did was absolutely brutally murdered Orsai with Malaya and Qing. Qing was initially allied to Orsai, however, also broke alliance when Shimazu declared on Qing, and so Qing just
Okay.
let Orsai die after surrendering to Shimazu. Orsai chattingly stayed the entire session, however, which was rather strange to see, but I don't judge him. It's his life, he can live it however he wants.
Hey, like my nation's on fire and I'm still around, so I
Yeah,
mean, this is something you should reward. Give him like safe edit. Give him career something. That'll make him stop.
nah, I don't
Also,
do.
they have Chonju and Jin as vassals, so that's pretty decent all around.
Yeah, I'm still looking
So,
at Shimazu by the way, I'm telling him what to do. Yeah,
oh, sorry,
well,
no problem, man.
okay, you want to destate Hokkaido, and you probably want to destate one of the lower dev states in Japan, like, yeah, Eastern Kanto, just destate that. Destate that. And stay up your Japanese stuff. Hmm. Chinese stuff even. They give you more money, give you more manpower, make you stronger.
Oh, there's a lot of dev indeed that he's holding, including his vassals.
Yeah,
So he should get in on that.
hmm.
Also, annex Korea.
Yeah,
Then
of
fuck.
course. And also, you want to get to become a kingdom, but I don't think you've had prestige or game.
Mm.
Hmm. And now Qing has become an actual nation now. They've got an actual income. They've got actual tech that isn't actually terrible. They're still a tiny bit behind in ideas compared to Nepal and Bamanis, but and everyone else to be honest, but it's not as far behind as they were.
No,
They of course finally formed Qing. They should be raising banners everywhere to fight someone. I'd personally recommend steering trade from this, but I guess that makes them disloyal for now, because they're stealing half your trade income, which is really painful. Um,
Yeah.
don't accept that. That's nation ruining from Morsai, although I guess it doesn't really matter. He's already dead. But it's just rude to accept. Please don't. Thank you, Orion. Um, you've got not absolutely awful income. But it could be better, of course. Just conquer more of China and AFK and Dev until
He's
Nepal
uh
kills you.
he's 70% annexing his little green castle, so
Yeah,
that
that'll.
should definitely help him a lot. It's
Yeah,
only 7 more years or so, so
yeah,
looking
definitely.
pretty good.
Mm.
So I assume Qin and Shimazu are big enemies.
Maybe. I think they've come to some sort of agreement, however, but I could be wrong. Given the
Hmm.
land that they've both taken is separate in trade nodes.
Yeah. Also, Qin still has some free real estate in the west. Actually, you still got Varacha, Chao, and
Yeah,
Kang.
yeah,
Yeah. So there's still space for Qin to expand,
yeah.
and they're looking pretty decent all around. I
Mhm.
think as for advice, I don't know. I think they got
As
most of the land
advice,
moved.
just AFK, man. And try and recover from an appalling start. Get the institution, start
Hmm.
deving. I'd honestly to God just take the loans for it. But like I like taking loans, I'm fine with it.
Hmm. All right, which one is next in
Yeah.
line?
I'll be looking at Malaya,
Malaya.
MSA.
Yeah, I know that one. I've tried. I searched it up quite a bit of times, and every time it's like,
Yeah,
why is it MSA instead of MAL?
yeah.
Whatever.
They've got
Oh.
pretty decent force. Them was basically a naval country that's attempted to become a land country. Crappy
Yeah.
prestige, rebels everywhere again. Your income is pretty decent now, actually.
Also,
Far,
kind of odd that they would pick exploration first over like expansion.
yeah, 100%.
If
But
we're gonna talk like Malaya, like what else is there? You see, you as you start out in Malaya, you have like vision on most of your core lands already. So there's not like there's much you have to like start exploring before you can go off. So,
mm,
but I guess that's more paradox just being a dumbass is not offering you any way of exploring as
mm,
in expansion ideas.
yeah, your
Um,
income is doing much better than it was last session. You're not in any crappy disasters anymore. You've taken too much land without the admin to core it, which is
ooh,
always a
you should.
mistake.
I don't know if Ayutthaya and Malacca are allies.
They are,
Yeah,
but
but they should.
Ayutthaya was AI last session,
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say they should set up a trade deal probably. Because
maybe.
if we're gonna talk like trade efficiency, it's
Yeah, Malaya's went trade
interesting.
ideas. So.
Uh, but it shows that here that that Ayutthaya has higher trade efficiency than Malaya
Hmm.
by 15%. So that's a bit silly. That's Malaya get on the trade efficiency.
That's
Seriously.
because Ayutthaya is collecting their. It's only be like 5% with
Still, usually it's better off like Ayutthaya just transferring trade in
hmm.
Malacca.
Okay,
But yeah,
yeah. Anyway, number.
solid.
Oh, I'm gonna just say for Ayutthaya, request save edits. I'm gladly gonna give them to you. Cancel whatever ideas the AI took. Fix your corruption. Fix your prestige. Fix your anything. And advice from Malaya is try not to get murdered by Portugal. You know, they've already killed Kilwa. You're next on the chopping block. Hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
Ayutthaya then?
that was the overview for Ayutthaya. Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm. Yeah,
okay.
now we're going on to Nepal, who's in a really good spot after AFK deving the entirety of last session along with Bamanis. They've got outstanding force limit. I think this is the second highest in the game. Um,
Mm-hmm. Good income.
very good income, yeah. Not much from trade, however, but that's just because India is really crappy for trade, which is obnoxious, but it'd be like
Yeah,
that.
you lose a lot on the west. Everything on the west coast, you just fucking lose anyways.
Everything on the coast you lose. Like I'm
Yeah,
saying that speaking as Bamanis with only 75% in Gujarat.
yeah.
You've
That's
been
always like a permanent loss because especially if you look at Gujarat, it's just a bunch of tiny ass nations pulling up like a bunch of stuff, and it's like, wow.
yeah.
Sometimes this game is just woo. Right.
All I'd recommend doing is building manufactories in your marches. You haven't done that yet. It's a bit of extra income, extra trade power in Bengal. And also get to filling out offensive. You've got enough to take the tech and ideas, so just wait. You're good for now.
Also, you should annex Bhutan. It's right there. It's 11. It's in your state, I believe. It's 11 dev.
It's in the Lhasa trade node though, so it's like really not worth expanding into. Mm.
Yes, but 11 dev for
Yeah,
no effort.
11 dev for a country with 1,748 dev.
It's a small, but it doesn't matter. I would love to have 11 more dev in my Ruthenia, boy.
I'm sure you would, number 5. But yeah,
Fucking Timmy's, but we'll
Nepal is
get to
in
that.
a fantastic position.
Yeah. What's their tag again?
NPL.
Well, of course, that's the thing you want to do. You want to form Nepal for their amazing ideas, which is like
Yeah.
7 out of 7 out of 8 are just about military. So anybody who's near that is just gonna form Nepal and piss off everyone else. So
Yeah. At the moment, they're currently culture converting to Telugu, which is either going to take a really long time or they're going to have to destate a bunch of land. Not
why
sure.
are they doing that then?
Tag into Bamanis and look at the culture.
Hmm.
Look at the government tab. Go into reforms, and you'll see empower the
Oh.
polygars, permanent Marathas culture council.
Oh.
Hmm.
I see. That's wow. That's fucking holy shit.
Yeah.
There's a fucking reform for 5 discipline. The
Yes.
fuck, man.
And it's restricted to cultures in the South Indian group Canada, Telugu, Tamil, or Cochin.
Oh my god, fucking India, man.
Yeah.
They just made this so fucking powerful.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Um, yeah, might as well
Right.
look at Bamanis whilst I'm here.
Yes, let's do that.
What you should have
Of
done
course.
was eat Timrid's AI faster. You've been ignoring it for the entire session until now. Why? That's me, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty much up
I
to
needed
date.
to bail me and rush out because we did poorly in that war, but that kind of was my mistake.
Yeah.
I still was too far behind attack, but let's not get off topic.
Hmm,
Bamana's pretty fucking powerful. Got all them Indian bonuses.
hmm,
Uh, Also, creating gems. That's
hmm.
minus inflation induction. That's pretty good. That's
Uh,
pretty good.
it's alright. It could be
But
better
no,
things.
Bamanas is of course a really strong nation always. You got all these stupid ass broken Indian things and these bonuses that you just easily stack. So
Hmm,
India's always interesting, but at the same time it always feels the same. It's just two guys who are either superpowers or they're dead.
hmm. Maybe. However, I've got absolutely crap national ideas. Look at them. Like it's just cav combat, 0.5 yearly army tradition, 10 manpower recovery,
Yeah,
prestige, culture, trade efficiency.
that's true. That's true. You have to make up
However,
for.
number 5, I am
Yeah,
so deadly close to Admin Tech 20, which is where I can form the Khan, which gives me actually strong ideas.
yeah. That is always kind of the thing, but
Hmm.
I heard Vagina Jar has pretty shit ideas too. So
Yeah,
those two is always
they've actually got 50% marks and 5 discipline.
ooh,
So
damn.
it's stronger to wait whilst Vajanagar than it is stronger to wait whilst
Interesting
Mamanus.
question here. In a 1v1, which one is stronger, Balmont or Vagina Jar in 14-14-4?
Vij,
4.
100%.
Really?
Yep.
They always get these crap events that make your provinces have a shit ton of.
And that's absolutely fine, it doesn't matter. Because the thing with Vij is, they can vassalize a bunch of the OPMs around them and march them.
Oh,
So they just,
oh, like that.
yeah.
I
It's like,
see.
unless Bermanis has the time to invade Malwa, fully annex them for their marches, they're not going to have enough
Okay,
marches. They're going to have worse income, they're going to have worse force limit, worse manpower, worse everything. Like, the
that's okay. Interesting.
only reason this
Well,
Bermanis did well was because it allied Vij. Hmm.
so I guess we're off to Mamluks then. I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mamluks was subbed by the fantastic Syracuse, who originally played Uzbek, and got murdered by Russia and Ruthenia. Um,
yeah, boy, that was me. I
Stop
did
stealing.
something, boys.
Stop stealing my trade, please. It's a bit rude. Mm,
But seriously, this is usually the best you can do as an Ethiopia, forming Mamluks for
mm,
the superior ideas. What's his? He did go Shia, so that's also not
mm.
the worst thing that could happen.
The best
But yeah, that's why I don't
Mamluks.
like Ethiopia. It's
Mm,
so such in a corner, and you're always like, "Fuck!" In the end,
yeah,
like it never gets fun for me.
mm,
Ethiopia, that whole region.
yeah. The best the best Ethiopia I ever saw was the MGL one. I'll send you a scanner of it later, but
Right,
he formed Mamluks, and then he formed Rum by killing Ottomans, which was an insanely
right,
Chad
yeah,
moment. And like that's a step
yeah,
beyond what this one did.
yeah.
So stop stealing Romanus' trade. It
Also, kill Timurids. Do it. You know you want to.
yes,
Do it,
I
boy.
think I think they did take a small chunk of land out of them. I'm not
Great.
sure why Ottomans is letting him have so much. Like Ottomans could be way stronger just by eating that and Persia.
Yeah, Cookie though has been busy in Europe, kind of really screwing
Yeah,
up all the stuff.
true.
But why wouldn't we switch to him?
Sure. Let's go to Ottomans now. Ottomans is probably the strongest country in Europe at the moment, behind Great Britain. They've got decent-ish max manpower considering the campaign. Could be a lot better.
Mm,
Not sure if
yeah,
you've been using these to dev, but your estates seem to be perfectly on point, which means you haven't been deving using the burgers. Um, haven't taken
yeah,
manpower from these guys.
yeah.
You still got Ottoman government, which is pretty decent, but you need to expand more. Like, how many states have you got available at the moment?
Not
You still
until
got
Rutheni
three.
though. That's
Not
worthless
until
land.
Britannia. That's literally worthless. True. Um, you've got
But no, looks pretty good
yeah,
all around.
yeah,
You just gotta start beating up the Timurids and getting more of that Persia trade because
yeah.
it's always great.
And Bamanis might just cut you off if you wait too long. I won't actually. That'd be rude. But yeah. Anyway,
I might cut him off.
I don't think that's a wise idea. Number five.
Oh,
But
come on, I can take him. I can take him. Totally.
of
Why don't we
course.
move on to my country and let's see what Frogman has to say?
Hmm, sure. I'm just looking quickly. You need to build training camps, training fields even, like a lot of them. That's just like
Yeah,
straight up an
I've
extra.
only recently gotten a decent income
Not
actually.
you, Ottomans. I'm talking to
Oh,
still. I still haven't gone out.
sorry,
Um,
I keep flipping
yeah,
off.
no worries, man. No worries. Yeah, you could get like 500k manpower maybe just by building everything one of these. But yeah. Um, on to number five.
UKR is a training.
Yeah, yeah. You still got three corruption, but that's much better than what it was earlier. If you're written that
Yeah,
stuff out, you got 8 loans. That's not too many. You can pay that off. You
yeah,
still got really low development aside from in like the Crimea state.
yeah. That
Um,
is my problem, but
in terms of
like it's Crimea.
buildings, you got some of the good production ones. There's a couple of good churches you could build. You've built not a single manufactory the entire game, which
I couldn't afford any. I would
yeah.
love to afford a
Hmm,
manufacturing, but no, I'm finally doing decent, but it just took me like half the game to get anything economy going.
hmm.
So
You're two Multics behind everyone.
not bad.
You're three admin techs behind. You've got half the ideas everyone else has. Um, like honestly, if this land wasn't worthless to take, you'd be dead. But
I know. Also, people have sympathy for me.
hmm,
I mean, that's very powerful too. I
hmm,
mean,
maybe,
otherwise nobody would have let me get away with this crap because I would have been dead 700 times over. But I
maybe,
didn't, and I had fun. So that's what I'm doing.
yeah. I think from looking at the Scanderbeg, what you've been doing wrong is deving too much early on. Like,
Yeah, I was doing that with in mind that in fact I could get an economy going quickly, but I also devved in like places that wasn't the right culture, so that caused more rebels, which
mm,
caused more problems.
yeah,
It was literally I've been fighting rebels for like 100 years straight on,
mm,
and Russia got lucky when he was in his death war that I suddenly broke the rebels and had 30k troops to toss at that war to change that around.
Mm.
But otherwise, yeah. I mean, I'm doing what I can. Give me Spain, then I'll show you what I can do.
No, denied.
Sad,
Um,
sad, but
okay,
it's not bad.
on to Prussia now. Prussia has eaten a lot of land, but you haven't been deving, so you're
Hmm.
behind. You've got pretty good income now, actually, compared to what it was a session ago.
Yeah. Also
Um,
got got Poland cut off clean.
yeah, instead of steering trade to Lubeck, I'd recommend just collecting everywhere. It's much more efficient, like collecting in Baltic,
Yeah,
collecting
you're
in
losing
Saxony.
you're losing quite a
Half,
bit actually.
you're
So
losing.
you could definitely indeed Saxony is ooh even let me check what Saxony's notes. Yeah, you could get a lot more done in Saxony
Yeah,
because it's free from Britain.
yeah, like that's what you need. You need either Britain to give you money or to stop cucking you. Now, I'm not going to look at Cologne because I consider it dead because they lost 100% to Prussia.
Yeah,
And I
they're
had the guy
pretty
sub
tough.
Spain. Um, so
Yeah, what's
now,
your take on the Spain situation actually? Like, is it
um,
savable or not?
maybe it really does depend on what the Spain decides to do. Um,
Right, because what I decide to do is either try and figure something out with France or die.
yeah,
But I'll
and
try. But by the way, Britain is winning, so I think like Britain
oh
could.
yeah, Britain's 100% going to win this war. Um,
Mm,
s-
also, Spain still has their islands and stuff that's secure, so they're not completely fucking screwed. They're
uh,
blockading them,
yeah,
so
they're safe in Africa at the very least. However, Spain at the moment is in a terrible situation. So is France, however, so there's a way out. Hmm.
also, there's a really weird thing. Why hasn't anyone taken Mexico over? You just need to, as Spain, like you can just hop, skip over there. You send 20K down there, you get the entire thing in no time flat.
Yeah,
You have Spanish civilians,
yeah. Instead of
so
Spain inting France last session, they should have just colonized Mexico, then inted France. Although I guess it was a bit too late with the whole um, France about
that's
to get
true.
his age bonus.
But
Like,
yeah, as a Spain, like you need to either talk to Britain or something. Get indeed get Mexico for yourself to get that at least a bit of power or something. But if Britain says no, you're pretty much boned, and you have to go scramble something together. Oh wait, the Inca's still free, but Portugal's also there. So it is a bit of a tricky situation, but you have to start building up colonial nation empire from what you can scrabble together.
mm,
Use your colonists. It's there for a reason. I don't see you having much of anything outside of
mm,
like the West Indies, which is like well pretty useful, still like really tiny for Spain in 1634. Like I don't know how quickly did he form Spain because he should have been using that colonist to
um,
colonize two certain nations. Like for instance, in Colombia, there's this Musica. They usually have like three or four high def provinces because they're deving and stuff. You can easily get there, connect to them, kill them off, and then suddenly you have a colonial nation that's already building itself up.
mm,
So you want that's also what I do. I just hop to nations that you can conquer. You just roll in there and you just get the quickly done. But yeah, this is a weird Spain that
mm.
seems to have ignored colonization for
Inting.
getting yeah.
Mm,
This is the indeed kind of a really weird Spain. So my tip to you: get an actual colonial thing going. Send some armies over and start colonizing, conquering shit
mm.
in the new world before you're fucked.
I mean, he already is. He's all of Iberia is occupied.
That's
Um,
true. That's true. But
like,
you need to talk to Britain and figure that out.
yeah,
That's would be my tip.
maybe. I think what Spain and Britain are planning on doing is um, Great Britain piecing out with France for 100% and then just allying Spain and killing France. That's what I'd do if I
Pro-
was Britain, but
probably
like,
because even now the Britain can definitely hold a lot of power over Spain.
oh yeah,
So
like this Great
there's
Britain is
no reason.
absolutely ridiculously strong. It's the strongest nation in Europe by far at this point.
Yep. Because
Fantastic ideas, massive amount of land, really good income.
let's check. We've got to discuss France actually. Do you want to
Sure.
check France individually or
Yeah, let's check it together. France has
okay?
max loans, no manpower, and is fighting half of Europe with the help of 40,000 Prussians. um,
Yeah.
they're building up cogs in Venice for some reason. They make Instead of
They're
hinting, you should have.
trying to meme land. They're trying to meme land, I guess.
Hmm, but yeah, don't accept that. Peace out with Spain before you peace out with Britain since you attacked Spain. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
this Great Britain and this France relationship has been really strange. And GB has
How
done it.
so? I've completely missed it.
Okay,
I'm
well,
too busy.
initially GB and France were allied day one, and then this session they just unallied because GB saw a play to get most of France,
And
and
he did.
yep,
He did.
is probably going to conquer all of France and could probably conquer Spain as well if people don't coalition him, which they should. This isn't a normal GB. This has Irish ideas. Mm.
Yeah, but
This France, it's just a normal France. Mm. They've got
yeah,
pretty good force
sounds
limit, but it still is just France. Mm.
oh, those Irish ideas are good.
Yeah.
Because we're talking morale, we're talking shock damage received, and discipline in one idea. That's pretty fucking nice. Also, like goods produced, core exhaustion,
Mm.
unrest. You know, it's really fucking good. It's way better than GBRs, which is just
100%.
oh, we got ships.
Yeah. That's pretty much GB in a nutshell. Boats. Yeah.
Yep, but this is
Um.
boats and land power, so it is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Also, GBR Great Britain has a decent colonial empire, but not Mexico, which I think is weird because
Yeah.
you're safe. You're really safe, dude. If you don't want to give Spain Mexico, you should go grab it yourself because
He's got half of Mexico, like just the stuff that you can colonize, but I don't think he's had the time to actually conquer it.
that's true. That's true. But it all depends. But it's weird because Mexico's like the first thing you go for. You send 20K modern troops over there. You slaughter them fucking Indians and shit. You get all that shit done, and you get like a really strong colonial nation under your wing that is
Mm.
gonna give you a fuck ton of power and influence with
Um.
little effort because you don't need to colonize and stick around and keep watching it.
Yeah.
You just conquer the swath of it, and then you just declare war, and your colonial nation does it for you yourself.
Mm. A big
That's how simple
misplay.
it is.
A big misplay in my eyes from GB is being behind in Miltech. Instead of taking the next Miltech and being able to just ruffle stomp literally anyone in a way, they've decided to take
He's
ideas.
he's
And so,
rushing yeah, offensive ideas.
so
So
at the moment, France has Miltech 19, whilst GB has 18. So in an
mhm.
actual battle against them, GB is going to get slaughtered.
That's true,
Mm.
but GB has been playing France pretty hard though.
Yeah,
Like
100%. Mm.
this is looking really shit for France. Okay, so they can get like the 100% of Spain, but they're gonna lose 100%.
I don't even
And
think they can get 100% off Spain. Mm. Like,
actually, let's check the war in Spain for a second. I'll just check
mm,
because 77%, but they can't get it pretty much higher unless they start doing those landings.
yeah.
So all that Spain has to do is land, shove their ships over there, and they're safe.
Mm,
Plus, they can also they appear to be like good in Italy, so they can also like retake Italy pretty soon.
maybe.
So
And
that's gonna drop the score pretty soon.
yeah. And the
Spain's
issue with
pretty good.
France is his entire army's in Iberia, so even if he does try to
Yes,
retake
and it's
Italy,
he's
um,
completely cut off.
yeah.
So that's why I'm like, hey, Turkeys, trust me, I can do this.
No, 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 denied, denied.
Put your faith in me.
You have your Ruthenia, it's your love child.
I know, but this is also interesting.
It's interesting for
Anyways,
sure. Now
yes,
for the last country, no, yes, last country,
I think so.
Portugal.
Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal. You've got trade empire. Give me more money. Um, you have boats as
Yeah,
well, but really not as many as you should if you need to fight Malaya. Um,
yeah.
you've killed
Also,
Kilwa, which is a really good job because you've got all of Zanzibar aside from like two ducats going to you.
mhm.
Um,
But again, the weird part, Mexico, it's right there. It's got gold mines. It's got a bunch of land, bunch of dev, and you've completely ignored it, which I think is weird because you do have like Brazil, Colombia. You're gonna get the Inca soon, but why not hop over to Mexico? That's like the first thing I would do whenever I reach like the new world. Ship over troops, get Mexico always.
by the way, number five, I just realised we completely forgot to do Russia. Um,
Oh, well, let's
yeah.
take a look. I can tell you a
Russia.
little bit of more, but
Oh, okay. Go
it,
ahead, man. So you've got the insider knowledge. Hit me up.
so me and Russia have been working together since day one, and it took a long time, but I'm finally useful and helpful.
Mm,
The problem with the war against Timurids is that Timurids has really high morale, like I believe eight or something, because it needs
yeah.
to be played. So not only did the Timurids, when Russia called me into the war, because I thought I could handle it, because Timurids was busy getting crushed. What
Mm,
happened was is that they waltzed over me. They completely shut the shit out of my army,
mm,
and they made me give up 100%, which was like release Wallachia. So I can take that back. But
mm.
more importantly, they could then walk into the heartlands of Russia, and I couldn't cancel mill access for like 10 years. So
Agony.
it's an AI cancer sieging down all of Russia,
Mm,
and AI with fucking gay ass three vassals. So that was like a fucked war where you as a player have to keep spending so much attention on this crap, and you just can't fight that. It is
mm.
so cancerous to fight in Russia where you have no choke point.
Yeah.
Russia might be the powerful nation, but it's not the most fun.
Russia isn't all too powerful. They've only got like 300k manpower, whilst both the Indians have half a million each.
Yeah,
Um,
Sweden and Uzbek very much fucked him. Like Uzbek stole his gold mine,
mm,
and they did a lot of other things, and they fought a lot of hard wars.
mm.
Also, he couldn't form Russia for a while because they had taken, I believe, St.
Novgorod.
Petersburg,
Yeah.
Novgorod, right?
Yeah.
So that was like a major setback where you're stuck in Muscovy when you can be forming straight into Russia. So Dave has had a difficult time, but he's got me on his side, and I'm finally not completely useless.
Mm,
So that's something. Also, decent relationship like with the Ottomans, which I was very nervous about, but apparently the Ottomans is like, nah, I don't need that.
mm.
So
I mean, he doesn't, to be honest. You're not the strongest of players, to be honest. Um,
no, no. Also, that's kind of my advantage is people know my reputation, so it's like, oh, we gotta kill number five because he's gonna kill me later.
mm,
Like nobody thinks like that, and if you do, you have brain problems. Please stop playing EU4. So yeah, all around, it's
mm,
a pretty interesting game. You just have the problem of who's gonna take on like the fight for Spain, because Spain is workable, and Spain just needs to quickly yeet into a colonial empire or get Portugal to pay him off more.
mm,
Because you can definitely, Portugal. I like the Great Britain, Spain, and Mamla. So
mm. I'm just looking
it's
at
a
Russia
pretty good.
still at the moment, and
Yeah.
you've got a free merchant at the moment. Just stick that bad boy in either Human or Kazan. It'll increase your income by a wee bit, and there's no point having a spare merchant in this day and age, especially if you're taking goddamn trade ideas, which you probably shouldn't as Russia. You can get all of this trade flowing to you naturally, for the most part, aside from Samarkand. Once you've got all
Mm.
of Crimea and Kiev, if an or a friendly person in Crimea to let you have their trade, um, and
Yeah.
you're massively behind on deving compared to like most other players. You're also behind an entire idea group on the Indians. Um, you're behind an admin. Uh, you haven't integrated Smolensk, and it's been like 300 years, dude. Smolensk doesn't even have like good. You weren't steering trade from them. But you've had a absolutely terribly rough spot, so I understand. Just sit back and dev. Don't have any hard wars.
No,
Hmm.
he got fucked very hard by Sweden Uzbek at the
Yeah,
start.
I understand. Hmm.
Plus, I was not able to help him all that much in the start due to gay ass mechanics.
Hmm.
So Russia's had some rough times, but they'll get out of it.
Yeah.
They're still standing. That's that's a lot because it could have at the start of previous session, Russia could have been caught in two or even three if I joined in, but I decided not to because like who else is gonna protect me?
Hmm.
Some Uzbek and some Sweden guy that was rude to me.
Hmm.
Nah, man, I'll stick with Dave.
Yeah. So my only advice for every country in Europe: dev more.
Yeah.
Stop warring. Um, by killing France, you're enabling Great Britain. Hmm. But anyway, decent podcast. Thank you, number five, for being a guest.
Yeah, thank
And
you for having me on, and maybe I'll
yeah,
be on next week. Who knows?
maybe.
Good
But
luck with
anyway,
the Spain situation.
thank you, and good night.